asked myself the question on why accepting something which you never wanted to happen is so hard. And I've come to the conclusion that it is hard because you have to forget, you have to throw away a version of reality which you had become emotionally invested in. And this version of reality is a version of life which you strived and worked so hard to bring into fruition, to bring into reality. And unfortunately, there are many things which you can put 100% effort into, love with the purest love, and fight for with the most effort, and it will still not happen. And this is why acceptance is so difficult. And I think the idea which is kind of drilled to us when we are children, that the world is fair, that bad things will happen to bad people, good things will happen to good people, that idea is what adds fuel to the fire. It leaves you asking questions like, what did I do to deserve that? I did A, B, C, and D, but then they treat me like this. And this is what makes acceptance hard. You start to question, you start looking back at scenarios, replaying memories, and asking yourself, what if I did this? What if I did that? But the issue with this again is it does nothing but prolong the pain. It does nothing but make you stay in that area of not being able to accept things even longer. And again, talking about that idea of fairness, I look back at scriptures like when God told Abraham to sacrifice his one and only son Isaac, who God promised him many years ago, knowing that it's the one thing that Abraham wanted. Imagine the one thing you prayed to God for. One day he told you to give it up. This is a version of reality you've become emotionally invested in, which you've grown so close to and intertwined with. But now you have to accept that you have to throw it away. And that whole idea of being emotionally invested in something is what makes it so difficult to accept things. And I can personally attest to that. I'm not saying or I'm not excusing the things which some people do. People do bad things. People do bad things. That person who hurt you, they hurt you. And you didn't do anything wrong for them to deserve. You didn't do anything to actually deserve that sort of hurt. I'm not excusing what they did. No, that's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is, for you to really accept something, you need to tell yourself that, and I'm going to be dead honest, you need to tell yourself, I'm going to stop putting my energy into a bottomless pit. Because you go back trying to get back at them, trying to do all these things back to make them feel the hurt which you felt. But that pit doesn't end. It keeps going down and down and down and down. Acceptance is telling yourself that I'm done being so invested in this. Because I know the more effort, the more energy I put into this, the more it actually drains me. The more it actually, finally you've got to a point where you're able to accept something. But you're faced with the loudest silence you've ever heard. Paradoxical, I know. But that's the only way I can describe it. And that silence is so loud because you're finally facing the truth which you were denying internally without the filters you were looking at it with earlier. All the filters are gone, all the distractions are gone, all the excuses are gone, all the hopes are gone. It's just you and the truth. And I think this is where a lot of us make the mistake. We want to avoid facing that truth because it can be intimidating, it can be scary. It's a truth we never wanted to accept. Why would I want to face that? And the mistake we make is we push that idea to the back of our head. We don't want to face it. We say we'll face it another time, or we won't even say we're going to face it at all. And that thing of suppressing your feelings, suppressing the way you feel about a certain thing, about that certain situation, it's not good for you. Mentally, it's not good for you. Physically, it's not good for you. Spiritually, it's not good for you. I think no matter what it is you feel, no matter how painful it is, and rest assured it's going to be painful, it's going to be difficult, bring that thing to God. Bring that thing to the Lord. And pray that He takes control, that He takes that and makes something of it. And this is advice coming from a Christian teenager, male. I know there's a bit too much detail, but coming from a person who used to think he was tougher than he really was, who thought he was stronger than he really was. Feel that truth, face that truth, please do it. Because there's nothing more damaging to you and to everyone around you than when you act like you're fine when you're not fine. Than when you act like you're okay when you're not okay. So cry if you need to cry. Yes, that goes for you guys too. The males, please. Cry if you need to cry. Step back if you need to step back. But one thing is, do not suppress those feelings. Do not suppress how you actually take in whatever it is that has happened to you. Don't suppress that, because bottling it up, one day it's going to explode. And when it explodes, it's not going to be pretty. So bring these things to the Lord all the time. And pray, Lord, help me to accept. I know this is not the way I planned it out. This is not the way I wanted it to be. But I know in all things, for those that love the Lord and carry out His will, they work for their good. Even though I don't feel good right now. Even though I feel terrible right now. Help me to accept. This is like Psalms 23 saying, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures and leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. And even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, Lord. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Even in my pain, you are comforting me. Even in my unwillingness to accept, you are comforting me, Lord. And verses like Romans 8:18, the pain you have been feeling today cannot compare to the joy that is coming. It cannot compare to the joy that is coming. Stand on the verses like that. There are many more verses. Stand on those worship songs. I hope this video helped someone, and may you accept that thing which you are failing to accept. See you in the next video. God bless.